Make Therese wear it.
There's nothing not creepy about a toy piano sound.
That's true.
There's nothing else that we can see, but usually a tray in a toolbox like this would come out.
Yep.
And yet this one doesn't. It won't budge.
Should have taken that sledgehammer.
And Curtis notices
Has it been welded or something?
someone has
Tray's bolted in.
bolted
bolted.
in the tray.
Well,
Now,
so get a wrench.
yes, Curtis apparently does not own a wrench.
Curtis.
He is not a handyman. He owns a screwdriver, but a screwdriver will not do.
Because it's the wrong tool.
Speaking of wrong tools, I ever tell you about how everyone in my lab uses a wrench as a hammer?
That's not gonna work.
Well, they are good for banging on stuff.
All right, so Curtis decides he cannot get this tray out, so he gives up for now. Maybe later we will resolve this with a trip to Home Depot to get a wrench, but we can't do anything about it now.
Except put it back in our pocket.
Well, we're sort of out of things to do, and it's not real clear what time of day it is because Curtis doesn't have a clock. But
Let's go to the psychologist anyway.
Yes, at this point, I believe we can go and meet with Dr. Harburg.
So I'm going crazy and like it kind of sucks.
Well, does it kind of suck though? I mean, he got punched, but also Bob got killed.
That's true. It sometimes sucks.
It's been kind of a win-lose thing.
Curtis.
How did she know?
Hello. I'm Dr. Harburg.
Nice to meet you, Doctor.
Oh,
Nice
I
to
guess
meet
the
you. Go ahead and have a
receptionist told
seat.
Yeah.
Make yourself comfortable.
Mm-hmm.
So, what brings you here today?
Going crazy.
Yep.
Well, I've been having some trouble dealing with things lately.
Psychotic breaks.
Like, I needed my
I'm getting
wallet,
freaked out by
and I used a granola bar and a rat
nothing. God,
instead of moving the couch.
I don't know where to start.
It's okay. Take your time. Talk about anything that comes into your mind.
Tell her about the granola bar thing. I don't think that was normal.
Yeah, that was pretty crazy.
Mm-hmm. So not very great green screening there, but...
Look, no offense, but I am not very comfortable with this. Being here makes me feel like some kind of a wacko or something.
Well,
You're
you
not a
are.
wacko, Curtis. There's no stigma attached to analysis anymore.
Yes, there is.
Your brain is just like
sucks, but
any
there
other
is.
part of your body, and when it isn't feeling well, not only is it okay to get help, but it's smart.
What about when your rat is talking to you and telling you that you murdered somebody?
Yeah.
Is
and
that
you
a good
think
time?
maybe you murdered somebody.
So now we just can show Harburg things.
I almost didn't call you because Dr. Merrick referred me to you. He was my doctor at the hospital.
Yes, I know, Curtis. Would you like to talk about your hospitalization, about Dr. Merrick? I'm not going to ask you anything specific about your hospitalization, but could you tell me if perhaps there was one single inciting incident that led up to it?
See, that's the thing, doctor. I don't know what happened. I just, one minute I knew who I was, and then the next minute I had no idea. It's hard to explain, but my identity just...
Did he
Came
turn into a
apart,
psycho
like-
killer?
like old rotten lace.
So yeah, like I said, to progress, we need to show Harburg things. So,
Like some old rotten lace?
well, everything we show her will prompt
Guy
something.
I work with, Bob, was murdered today.
Might have been me.
Mm-hmm.
I don't mean just shot in the head either. He was spread all over my cubicle.
Oh my God, Curtis, how are you feeling about this?
I don't know. I'm worried about the stapler situation.
Yeah,
That's the
it's
thing, doctor.
gross. It's got Bob all over it.
I don't feel anything. I don't feel anything at all.
I feel your brooch is pretty ugly.
So that's the second person that we've told that who had a very conflicted view of what Curtis was telling them. Because it's strange not to react in any way to something. Let's
My parents.
talk about our parents, because that's what you do in therapy.
Don't they look
Yep.
happy?
It's all their fault.
I think they were happy then, but I don't remember.
You had a pink shirt, dude.
Yeah, that was just mean. No wonder you turned into a psycho killer.
Yep, that's why it happened.
It's not fair, you know? I don't remember any of the good stuff. I don't remember my mother ever hugging me or kissing me or just hitting me. I remember when she killed herself.
Was that a good memory or a bad memory? I mean, she was hitting you all the time.
Yeah, so at least she stopped hitting you.
Karma fairy.
A couple
Right.
years later, my father was run down by a drunk in an old Plymouth.
Or was he?
Oh my God, Curtis. That's a lot for anybody to deal with.
Oh, so it's okay that I'm a psycho killer.
Yes.
Cool.
You have license to do whatever you want if you're orphaned.
Sweet.
Mm-hmm.
My mom's orphaned. Of course, she was like 60
Yeah, that doesn't
when
count.
she was orphaned.
Doctor. Oh, damn, this is hard.
I had a malt for dinner.
Not long before my mother killed herself, she started dressing me up as a little girl.
That's weird.
It's a little unusual.
Is that the lace dress? Yes, it is. Okay.
Well, if it's not, it certainly reminds Curtis of that.
Pretty dress. It just doesn't matter.
I don't know if that's more disturbing than the wig
Doesn't matter
she's
how I dress, you
wearing.
can still be a
Yeah, the wig
monster.
is really bad.
Pretty little monster girl. Monster.
So we're a monster girl?
Sure.
Huh.
You have to understand that the problem was entirely hers. You were an innocent child.
Gonna play with your hair.
You can click on the snow globe behind her.
My mother used to have a snowstorm like this.
A snowstorm?
Snowstorm.
I used to think that must be what her mind looks like.
Maybe that's what people call them.
All broken up.
No.
I thought they were
Those
called
tiny
snow globes.
pieces swirling
Yep.
around inside. She started hating me when I was about 6.
Get out of my sight!
Oh, Curtis, that was her problem, not yours.
Maybe he was particularly
You're just a
crappy
little
for a
boy.
6-year-old. 6-year-olds are pretty crappy anyway.
So when he was 6, his mother changed her opinion, I guess. Either that or she went crazy. Speaking of crazy, let's
Dr. Harburg, I think
talk about
the
Threshold.
company that I work for is conducting some sort of terrible illegal experiment. Take a look at this.
This is great timing, by the way, for you going insane and starting to think that your company is involved in a
My
giant
father was
conspiracy.
deeply involved. I have to find out what the Threshold Project is about.
And why is this her problem?
Well, it's not impossible, Curtis. There have been huge corporate cover-ups over the years.
Well, clearly Harburg is skeptical of our theory and probably thinks that that's just in our imagination. And maybe it is. We don't really know whether Curtis is responsible for what's going on or what's happening to
Just
him.
taken at our company Christmas party. I had a lot of fun that night, I guess.
Looks like you were having fun. Who are those people with you?
That's Trevor. He's my best friend, and that's Jocelyn. She's my lover.
Your lover?
Yeah, it's funny.
Well, she's not his girlfriend.
I've been
No,
keeping our
but
our relationship
else?
at work a secret.
Whatever.
Are you in love with Jocelyn?
Nope.
Not
I'm a
really.
dick.
Yeah, I think so.
No.
Well, why is he a dick?
Well, because he's all like, no, I will not hug you.
I'm,
Even though that would be a normal person thing
I'm
to
kind
do.
of attracted to Trevor.
What?
And that worries me because I've never... I
Really?
I don't know if I should be with Jocelyn. I don't want to hurt her, you know?
So he's attracted to Trevor?
Have you spoken to Jocelyn about this?
Have we seen this?
God, no.
What's so weird about that?
Well, I mean, nothing.
I
It's
have enough
just.
trouble opening up
Have
to her.
we seen that being the case?
No, we've only seen Curtis for one day.
You know, it's funny, even
But we know
when
he's
we're
our best
making love,
friend.
I don't
Well,
feel
if he says so.
totally close to her.
Maybe you should go
I don't think I
whip
felt totally
Therese.
close to anyone.
or be whipped by Therese.
I just want to point
Whatever.
out that he wants to fuck a majority of the people in his office space.
Well, it's a very incestuous office.
Like 3 of the people. We can ask about
So
the
do you
lace
think that
again.
my mother dressing me like Barbie has anything to do with my being attracted to Trevor?
No.
No.
No, Curtis, I don't. Sexual orientation is genetic. However, the confusion that your mother instilled in you may be contributing to your disassociation with society.
So this was 2 decades ago, by the way, that she was saying that. There's still people who think that that's like a thing that you can learn.
Right, like you can decide, and so anyone would decide to be gay,
Yeah.
given the option.
Kind of embarrassing, but
Idiots and assholes.
that kind of imagery has always
Seriously.
fascinated me.
It's nothing to be ashamed of, Curtis. Have you ever thought about why you like images of bondage?
Yeah. It's even weirder. I feel like the person in the picture is somehow being held together. Like they can't come apart with all that stuff holding them in.
Fascinating.
I don't think you want a psychiatrist telling you that what you said is fascinating.
Yeah, that's
What's
probably
fascina-
bad.
Yeah, what's fascinating to her is probably way out there.
It's like, wow,
I
that's
wanna
really
have-
weird.
I want to have normal problems.
I'm gonna publish about this one.
Yeah.
I have a date with this girl from my work tonight. Her name's Therese. She
You know,
is
people
very
exist
sexy,
outside of
and,
your office.
I don't know though. I'm feeling guilty because of my girlfriend Jocelyn.
Is she your girlfriend?
Well, do you feel like you're betraying Jocelyn?
Yes, you should.
Yeah. Well, I mean, no. I mean, okay, we agreed from the beginning that it wasn't exclusive, right? So I don't have any reason to be guilty at all, do I?
Well, I think that's for you to decide in your own mind and in your own heart. But let me point out, however, Curtis, that guilt is a very, very destructive emotion.
Well, that seemed a little judgmental.
Well, Curtis, our session's up, but I think we have a lot of work to do. How do you feel about coming back tomorrow?
Oh,
Tomorrow,
okay,
wow.
I guess.
Yeah, that's not good.
I'll see you then.
All right. Thank you, Dr. Harper.
You're very welcome.
That like you
Have a
don't
good evening.
want that to happen. Like, oh, I need to see you every day, probably. Wow.
Because you're normal.
Holy
Because
shit.
you're okay, don't worry. I just need to see you every day.
All right. Well, I suppose we could go to Borderline.
An hour early? Are we a loser?
Yeah, I guess. Oh, I guess you're saying that it's 6 now.
That's what her clock said.
Okay. Well,
Nah, I'm not all that hungry.
Curtis doesn't want to eat, but if we click, this is a little bit interesting.
Hey, my man!
Wait, we got to do this
Aren't you supposed
first.
to be basking in the warm fluorescent lights of Wintech?
Nope. School got called due to murder. Bob Arnold got himself butchered like a pig in my cubicle, no less.
No way.
Yeah.
Oh, that is harsh, man.
Not really.
Well, he was the dick,
Wow,
so...
you were a very
So-
large man.
What, was Bob totally messed up, or what? I mean, was he like knifed?
Exacto knifed and stapled, among other things.
Stapled?
Yeah.
Holy shit. He must have really pissed somebody off in shipping. Oh, man.
Well, it was a box cutter.
Well, that interaction was so rewarding. Let's have another.
So, like, were you totally grossed out when you saw Bob all cut up? Did you puke?
What makes you think that he saw him? Why would he see him?
I don't know, I
Except
didn't
by
feel much of
sneaking
anything.
past the police. Which he
Kinda like seeing a
shouldn't
dead
do.
cat in the road, you know?
Dead
You
cats
must
in
have
the
been
road
in
make
total
me sad.
shock, huh?
That must have been.
Okay, that interaction that they just had, I've had that with waiters like 100 times. Like, oh, you must have been whatever. Like,
Yeah,
I don't.
sure.
I do not want to talk to you.
Will
Please,
you go away now?
please stop talking to me.
I would like a coffee.
If you click on wines, this will happen.
Huh.
Curtis has a memory. I suppose that's a memory. It could just be a vision of himself. I guess binge drinking or maybe alcohol poisoning himself. And that goes back to a line that he said that he's the designated driver or whatever. Oh, by the way, look at this. Is the most 90s thing that ever happened right here in the foreground.
Oh my god. That's so stupid.
I know.
Why are they doing that?
I don't know, because
This is a private club. You have to know someone to get in.
Look, this was done cheaply. This was a cheaply made game, but
Therese gave this to me, see?
that kind of thing
Okay, come on in.
kind of shows the seams, and it's overly goofy, and
You think?
I think if they had left things like that out, like look at this. This looks like every fucking back alley stupid place. Like, that's a totally plausible thing. This actually looks like what a crappy little club looks like.
Sure.
It's like a converted house, and it's usually sparsely, like in every movie there's like hundreds of people in every club, but a lot of times you go to a club and there's like 10 people in there.
Like 10 sad,
You know?
lonely people.
Yeah, it looks like this. Anyway, this is an S&M club that Teresa has invited us to.
Therese.
Therese, excuse me. Let's talk to the transsexual at the bar.
Howdy.
Excuse me. Could you tell me if...
You're
Wonderful.
sexually harassing us.
I could make you scream with pleasure.
No, thanks.
Maybe, but
I think that is the WWE Championship belt.
yeah, it does look like it.
Amateurs, says the person in a leather beret
Yeah.
to us. If we go left, we will meet Therese. Let's see what else we can do first. There's the bathroom. Let's freshen ourselves up a little bit. We want to look good for our date with our jean jacket
Yeah.
and our same shirt we wear every day. Door
Are we
seems to
wearing
be
our belt?
jammed. Oh, there's a threesome going on, and a guy is licking chainmail,
Excuse me.
which I don't think is going to have the desired effect.
No.
Maybe I don't know how titties work, but I think I know how they work a little bit better than that. That's the exit. We could leave. I don't think the day will end if we do that. I think we would have to come back, but I have to admit that I'm not sure about that. Does that look like an electric chair to you?
Kind of.
Kind of. If we try to go into the...
Get away from there. You have no business going into the pit.
So,
Why?
Neckbeard Kevin Smith wannabe tells us that we cannot go there.
Let's push him and go there anyway.
You would think, but maybe he's tougher than he looks.
He doesn't look very tough. Let's give him a shove.
There's a midget there? I don't know. Anyway, let's talk to Therese. She has her own sectional couch, I think.
Good for her.
She frequents this club.
Hi, Therese.
Hi, Curtis.
Hi.
I'm glad you came.
Yeah, I have a denim jacket.
Yeah.
Have you seen
So I
that?
fit right in.
Kind of. I mean, what's more garish than that? Let's talk to Therese, because we can't do anything else.
What kind of a club is this, anyway?
Bondage.
It's an S&M club,
Oh, I thought it
Curtis.
was a Build-A-Bear.
The lamp has fringe.
Do you need a drink to cope with the ugly truth?
No, thanks. I find this pretty intriguing.
Oh, it gets better, baby.
Okay.
I'm no director, but I would have done a second take of that.
Yeah.
That's me. Maybe.
Oh, it gets better.
Yeah,
baby.
maybe the director liked that reading. I
Listen,
would have
I
gone
have to tell
again.
you something. Jocelyn and I are pretty serious about each other.
You know
Really?
what? I don't really care. Do you think you're the only one I'm seeing? You know, I used to bring her along sometimes.
Yeah, she'd be up
She's
for
pretty
that.
cute.
With her little haircut? No.
With her hair.
Come on, she has like soccer mom hair.
I didn't know that pigeonholed you into a certain behavior
It
type.
totally does though.
I'm not being judgmental or anything.
She wears pearls and cardigans.
Oh,
Could I have a red shiny rubber?
A what now?
a red shiny rubber. I don't know what that is. I've never heard of
I
that
just don't
drink.
understand why people need to feel pain to have fun.
Have you ever been whipped, Curtis? Have you ever been oiled down in candlelight and beaten with silk straps?
Oh my God.
No.
No.
Do you want to be?
You know, sensual pain isn't like hitting your finger with a hammer.
Really? Okay.
It's intensely erotic.
I find it pretty erotic when I hit my finger with a hammer.
Or with a wrench.
Nothing. Stop that. Do not hit shit with wrenches, people.
They make a good noise. It goes plang.
The bartender at this S&M club is the waiter at the Dreaming Tree.
That's weird.
Not really. They didn't have to pay another actor.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
And, I mean, he probably can't make a living just waiting at
Oh,
one
what the hell? It
place.
won't kill me.
That might be true.
I hope.
Well, it might. You don't know what's in it.
Well, I mean, it was served to us by a guy that we just had an awkward conversation with.
True. How did he get here before us?
Oh, I know.
Well, we did go to the psychiatrist.
No, we didn't. We went there afterward.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah.
Huh. Ooh, it made the room all wavy. Hate it when that happens.
So somebody can get pierced. If we don't volunteer, Therese will volunteer us.
Oh,
Right
how
here.
nice of her.
I want it.
Really? Because you have a denim jacket on. Are you sure?
Yeah, you look like kind of a square.
Let me describe piercing for you. We actually poke a hole in your skin. Do you know what that is? Do you see how high your waist is? I don't think you want this.
What are they gonna pierce exactly?
His navel.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's for girls, though.
It normally is, yes. It
also,
was.
that like gets infected pretty easily.
Yes, in the 90s, this was a thing. I don't
Yeah, for
think.
girls.
Yeah, I don't think that it's still a thing.
Maybe gay men,
Okay.
but not.
Curtis is
Many?
bisexual. I don't know how he identifies. But this guy looks like he's got the proper apparatus.
His belly is so hairy, though.
Oh, I know.
Wouldn't
Look
they
how
wanna
hairy that
shave
actor
it?
is. The pixelation really doesn't do him any favors. Kids, this is what body hair looks like. I know that you
Oh,
don't have
wow.
it anymore.
So she used to do some screwed up stuff.
I know. What was she using on him? A taser?
It looked like it.
Why are you holding that up to our face?
To look at it.
All right.
Hey, look, I'm gonna stick this in you now.
That's what I always tell a woman.
Congratulations, man, you're pierced.
All right.
How about some aftercare instructions? Like I got a booklet when I got my ears pierced.
Don't his pants pull up higher than the belly button?
Yeah, his pants are pretty high.
So Curtis apparently was turned on by this activity.
Sure, whatever.
Sure. Therese
He's
is a
gonna-
nice looking lady. He's gonna take her in the bathroom and fuck her on the counter.
Oh, nice.
No nudity in this scene. I think this would be typical softcore fare.
Yeah, that'll hurt.
Yeah.
I was just.
I still don't know how his pants weren't rubbing that the entire time.
God.
Okay. Well,
Try not to get an infection.
yeah. Yeah,
With your hairy man belly.
yeah, that happened, right? People got infections a
Yeah,
lot.
and they got like terrible scars.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's play around with this thing because that's a thing we can click.
Sure.
Oh God! Don't do that.
Don't do that.
And Curtis passes out.
Yeah. Because you shouldn't do that.
Uh-huh.
Oh, good. Time for another vision.
Yeah. These are always good for our mental health.
They should fix the roof.
Wow.
Is
So
that
this,
us or something?
yes, this is Curtis in the aftermath of what we just saw.
Oh, look at that.
Huh. What on earth? Okay, so this is what happens if I had clicked when I did not click. You can decide for yourself whether you would rather do this or not.
Who are you?
Just a witness to your crimes.
Who are you talking to?
Nobody. That guy.
Oh, no one.
Your hair is terrible.
What is he eating?
Look at how bad her hair is.
It's not good.
It's so bad. What's more horrifying, what we just saw or her hair?
Ooh, look at that. He's pulling some stuff out and eating it. Yum.
Stop it. Oh, please stop it.
But
You're obviously overwrought,
whatever.
Mr. Craig. We'll continue this another time.
Well, that dispels any notion that what we are seeing is actually happening. I didn't think that was a possibility anyway, but
yeah.
There we have proof that what we are seeing is some kind of, well, it's only visible to Curtis.
Yeah, because I think that if she had been able to see that, she would have been like, "Hey,
Yeah,
stop it!
Yeah, but could you please not
Don't eat the evidence."
Also,
Jesus,
how did you get the eyeball in your mouth after the
right?
intestines?
Where'd you get it from?
I have logistical questions
Did you
about
shove
that.
his eyeballs and then such that he would have digested it some? But then wouldn't it have been less
Right?
eyeball shaped?
Yeah. Why would the eyeball be in the intestines? I just don't.
know. That's weird.
I know, and it looks.
That's my biggest problem with this.
That is the biggest problem with plausibility of this entire thing.
Totally.
Mm-hmm. Not those guys dancing outside of that club.
No, that happens all the time, or it used to in the 90s.
It did during the 1990s.
People just like did that.
There were roving bands of like jazz hands, like neo jazz hands dancers.
Yes.
It was a plague outside of clubs during the 1990s, and eventually police had to do like a sort of like a broken window type policy where they just arrested all people who were dancing on the street until that's
why you'd never see that anymore.
That's right. All of those people were just rounded up and they're all in prison now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sad time.
It is.